Okay, good morning traders and welcome to the All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We'll be going through the live order flow, looking at whatever market you want, really, and whatever we can connect to. And we'll look for what's going on in the auction process, use order flow as an edge at our specific key levels that we want to trade. So anyway, we'll jump in here. General disclosure, all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure, trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. For those that are new in here, then you have some questions about Bookmap and how to get onboarded, get up and running with Bookmap. We can go through that with you on Tuesdays with the onboarding webinar. It's Tuesday at 2 p.m. East Coast time. We do it every week to try to, oh, hold on a minute. Looks like muted over here in Discord. Okay, sorry about that, guys. You just missed the intro and the risk disclosure. All right, so that was it. And the onboarding webinar here at 2 p.m. If you're new to Bookmap. No, it was me, Shark. Okay, let's jump in and let's take a look here and see what's happening with these markets. We just had some news. You can see that the liquidity just really dried up around this area here as we spiked right through the 5,700 area here on the news, and you can see it rejected immediately and came right back up into the range in here. Okay, so what do we see now? Well, it's kind of hard to determine at the moment because we know that there are sellers here that drove it down. There's buyers in these areas though that drove it back up, and we're just chopping in the middle of the range in here right now. So not seeing much at the moment. If anything, I would say like we look for some sellers again here at the bottom edge, and they should be able to drop it back down into 5,700 here. So we have a little bit more transactions here, not much liquidity, right? This would be the target then, 5701 and 5700. All right, so let's see here. Let me make sure everything is good over the All Markets webinar. This is okay. Yeah, we're all good here. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's see if those sellers can come in and try to drop it into this 01 and the figure here. Let's see, John had asked earlier here, please consider demonstrating some of Bookmap's auto command or auto map command for the custom cloud notes. Sure, you should be able to get it to work, John. Yeah, let me first take you to the go-to resource here, which would be the Learning Center, and let's first jump over there. And I don't know if I don't see it in here, John, actually. So anyway, let me show everybody then as well. Like go to bookmap.com and click on education here. Okay. And then we're going to go to getting started here. And then it's under the columns here. You can get into the custom notes and cloud notes video here. Okay, so I'll put this into the chat for everybody. This should answer your question, but I don't know the details here exactly what you are having issues with. But yeah, if you have your own server or if you're using something like Google Drive or something like that, it's no problem. You can put those into your cloud notes. Okay, so yeah, this was the direction we were kind of looking for. We didn't have any kind of clue at this area here, but then once we started to see some of these transactions here, we were looking for it. The follow through is happening pretty nicely here. Some pretty strong selling right down through it into 95, and yeah, let's see if we get maybe a bounce after that. We just traded into quite a bit of liquidity in here. So, and I don't see sellers re-engaging quite yet. So maybe we can get a pullback to the figure here. All right. Let's see. Any other questions? Good morning, Malek. Yeah, you should be able to put it into an Excel spreadsheet and your cloud notes and you know, run them into the cloud notes. It shouldn't be an issue at all. So yeah, I maybe that video will help you. Okay. And if not, then yeah, maybe you can reach out to support or the knowledge base as well. Let's go there. If you go to bookmap.com and then the learning center, or you know, you can go to the knowledge base from bookmap.com and then we'll look up cloud notes. And this should help you here. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, those are the resources to go check out. Okay, look at us dropping here. Okay, so this was the pullback that we got. After that was very minor, and sellers coming right back in. Okay, so still looking for a pullback now after that, and trading down to this 89 or 80, 90 liquidity here. This was it, really. Okay, we're getting kind of overextended here, so I am looking for a little bit deeper pullback at this point, maybe back up to about 94 here. Okay, but a lot of weakness coming in, as you guys can see. That's some pretty heavy selling there. All right, let's see here. Let's zoom out a little bit and just get rid of these two trend lines. Yeah, this is a pretty nice move here. And I've got my ES up here on the higher time frame, so I should be able to zoom out here and we can look at much higher time frame analysis. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so these little gaps in between are the weekends. So each area in between here is the entire week. And interesting on this pullback here that we saw, you know, pretty strong day the other day where we gapped up and continued on up. We hit into a structural level up here as well, and it's right here. Okay, let me put a horizontal line in there. And this was a swing previously here, and this is kind of where we drop from here. So it's kind of a zone in my book, at least, that this swing up in here. So somewhere in this zone, and we got our sellers. They came back in, they drove it lower, and bounced around yesterday, and then here we go again. So selling coming in, and where might it go next? I would say probably I would look for it down to the 64 area, which is about 24 points away or 23 points away, something like that. Another area might be way down here, well, 37, or even way down here at 56.05 or so, somewhere there. Okay, so let's see if we can get that move here. It's looking good. We're seeing a lot of heavy selling coming in. Let's jump over to our candlestick chart as well and take a look. So here on the daily, over on the left-hand chart, okay, so we can see the the day here, pretty strong down day, but we're not. These are some of the swings that we had just outlined here. So looking for the move kind of into those areas. On the hourly here, swing is just testing below this little area, a few other swings here on the hourly. So I would I mean, typically it's not the greatest level, but you know, typically we get a little bit of a bounce or a little sideways action at some areas like that. But the bigger ones down here, so, you know, somewhere around this 56, 58 area, or down to 53. So somewhere in there is what I would be looking for. And let's jump over and take a look here. Okay, so boy, very difficult to kind of splice into this. Let's jump over to our Trader Map Pro version. And how do you splice into something like this? You know, when you've really kind of missed the move here. We were looking for it, and then I kind of, you know, turned my head away when the sellers started to pick it up in here. Yeah, let's look for a pullback, and maybe we can find some sort of way to get into it here. There's a couple different things though to consider here. We've always seen this during the this time of day, is the momentum move to the downside, and then right around, you know, 10:30 to 11:30 ish, something like that, we get this kind of reversal, and then it really chops around typically for about an hour or so before the trend might continue. So that this is something to be aware of as well. So we'd be on the lookout for something like that right at this time. Okay, I don't see it. It looks like continuation here to the downside, and let's see if we can splice into this here. Oops. Okay, I got in two, and just try to reduce some risk here. Yeah, so it just breached the low here and comes right back. Let's consolidate these stops. So yeah, what would we be looking for? It looks like we caught the the right when the buyers pull it away here. We're still in the downtrend, but let's see if we can get one more maybe push into the lower levels here. Let's see. So yeah, I like that we hit the liquidity, and we see this you know, a little bit of a pullback, but yeah, we're still in this downtrend, and yeah, the sellers are coming back in. They just breached the low here, but let's see if we get some follow through now. It looks good. The selling is strong. The buying is not. So I would look for it. But this is that time of day that's always so tricky, right? We're kind of trying to catch the tail end of this move, and now the trend is broken. Okay, or at least this downtrend is broken here. We're still in this range between kind of 83 and 78 here. Okay, there's some buying, and then some exhaustion, and then some selling. So now let's see if these sellers can now pick it up again, and we can get our move here. Okay, and if we do, we can probably move our target down up. I just got hit. I was just trying to move it down to 75 here. Reason being is, like, we've pulled back now, and you know, the bottom channel of this trend in line with this liquidity, it's lower. So we'd be looking maybe for the sellers to come in again here and hit the bid hard into that area. And we're not getting it. So yeah, starting to kind of turn around a little bit. Let's see, we're still in the downtrend, no doubt, but we're starting to see some buying. Yeah, what a nice sell-off here. Some nice momentum. Well, it's like 20 points or so from after the news in here. So a little bit more than that than after the news, or right before the news. And let me see in Discord any questions to begin with here. Yeah, the hour switch will happen over the weekend here on Sunday. So Europe and the UK will be in line with the US time as well, or however you want to look at it. The US will be in line with Europe. It doesn't matter to me. So yeah. I mean, other than that, like the European close is a little different now, right? So our European traders are trading differently. The behavior is going to be different. They don't need to worry about covering it in an hour. They've got an extra hour to kind of shore up their positions, end of the day as well as end of the week. Yeah, Mike, the real Mike, 123. That's liquidity. What does it mean? It just means those are limit sell orders. That is supply. It is passive supply, and it is. We want to understand what kind of effect it has on price, though. That's really the key. That's where everything is contextual. Okay, so if there's massive supply all of a sudden at these higher levels, what does it mean, right? What's the reaction by the aggressors partaking in the market? Okay, those are the market buy and sell orders, the red dots and the green dots. Let me show everybody what we're covering here. Is what Mike is talking about. Image he posted in here is, what does this mean in here? This is liquidity. And very, very high liquidity, okay, in the NASDAQ here. We can jump over to the NASDAQ. Now, what we want to understand and what Bookmap is so good at here is showing this context. I mean, it's so funny because like we're not trying to show the context, we're just showing the market. And what you can gather from that is great. So all of a sudden in the auction, high liquidity comes into the offer up at this price level. That's another thing to consider. Look, 2,000 contracts here, basically, right? One individual player probably has 2,000 contracts, and there's 61 extra. That's probably a whole bunch of other people, and then he moves it down a little bit here, and then he moves it down significantly here. Okay, so what does it mean? Well, we want to understand what it means in terms of how it relates to price. What's price reaction to it? And it's very muted in here. Yeah, I mean, I do see some aggressors coming in here, but I don't see them breaking any structure or coming up here trying to trade back up above it. So they're not really interested in this liquidity here, is what it means to me. In fact, you see the sellers trade into this liquidity here. And after trading into high liquidity, always look for a bounce. Okay, well, we got it. But did they come back up and trade into this 730 level? Well, let's jump over and get some follow through. Let's take a look. Okay, so it looks like we got filled on our order here right in front of the high liquidity at around 70. And the trend is starting to bend a little bit, basically. So that is kind of setting up for that potential, midday reversal here, or mid-morning reversal. Okay. All right, so let's jump over to the NASDAQ and take a quick look and see what that looks like. Okay, this is, I think, 7:30. Trying to find what Mike is talking. Okay, so it might be this liquidity up here. 7:30. I don't see it, Mike. It's not on my heat map. Maybe try to tear it down a little bit. No, anyway, that's what it means. That this relationship, again, like, you know, like here in the NASDAQ, high liquidity on the offer in these areas in here, right? But the sellers, they want the liquidity on the bid. They're trading into it and through it, as you can see. Okay, using the micro. That's probably why, yeah. So there may or may not be those orders in the E-mini then. And let's see, the surfer icebergs that that crash. I don't know what happened to Crash. Like, I reached out to him and never heard back. So he's I hope he's okay. Anyway, the yeah, again, Mike, it really is. So I mean, to me, what this image looks like here that you're posting is it looks like there's a seller who wants to get his position on. Okay, so either you know, he's maybe he's long and trying to get out, but it looks to me like they want to sell at these areas in here. So they're kind of chasing down a little bit, and they're not getting filled. Okay, but maybe, you know, we'll see if they want to get filled is really the key. This is where we're going to, and if the aggressive buyers trade into that high liquidity, that's great, but that's only step one. Okay, then we know that there is some buying interest, enough aggressive buying interest to make the transaction with those limit sell orders here. What we want to understand, though, is the context after that. That's really the key. Okay, because you know, is there still more demand by the aggressors who are able to trade through that area and maybe back up to 19,800 or so, or 750 here? These are the questions to we want to answer. Right. So anyway, that's I hope that helps answer your question. Okay, so it's really understanding these transactions, like if they take place, or how price reacts to this very, very high liquidity. Looks like it may have just transacted. I'm not sure. Maybe it's equal to this guy up here. It's a far cry, 32 contracts compared to like 17 or 1700, 2000, 1800, 2000. Anyway, let's jump back and see what's going on here in the S&P. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, you know, what we can gauge though from some of these things, Mike, is understanding how price relates to it. So if all of a sudden there's a big skew like there is in the micro here, micro NASDAQ, a big skew, but the buyers, it repels them, well, we know that they're not interested. Okay, the auction is just showing way more supply, and it's repelling buyers. They're not interested. But you know, we're seeing buying interest. See how the volume is picking up in these areas. Let me bring up my pen tool on a minute. Okay, so you know, you can see it in here, and see you've got your volume bars too down here. So there is some buying interest, and the trend is starting to, kind of go more horizontal, as we can see here, right? So this might be that, kind of mid-morning reversal starting to set up. But we'll see if they trade into this level here, they're able to trade through. Okay, so that'll be the key thing, I think. All right. For those of you over on YouTube, you may want to join the discussion over here in Discord. Uh, we've got a lot of the materials over here, and answer your questions immediately, or at least try to. And then you've got the community here, great community to help out with answering questions and keep a good like-minded trader-focused discussion here. John, I answered your question a little earlier about the cloud notes. At least sent you to the learning center where there's a video on it, as well as going to and just doing a search in the knowledge base here as well. Okay, so knowledge base, look for cloud notes, and then under learning center, getting started, and then columns, and then it should be here, custom nodes and cloud nodes. Okay, they're both covered in this short video here, about 3 minutes long. Right. Okay, so now we've come down to that 64 level. Thank you. Let's jump back to our ES here. I don't see it quite yet. Getting there, though. Getting there. I have it down at 65 here. Or it looks like I lost some data in here. So maybe I think never argue with Alois. He will admit if he's wrong immediately, but he's usually right. So I have a data disconnection right now, so it's down at 62. Okay, I wish I could be looking at that, and I don't have it. So we can try another thing here. We can try DX feed, and let's see if we can just get up and running here, or my Rhythmic too. In fact, see if I can connect to my Rhythmic. I've been having problems with it lately. Don't know why. Drop down here then. Okay, it's asking for username. Okay. Yeah, I need to get it here. Hold on a minute. In the meantime, let's see if we can connect maybe to DX feed for the ES. I won't be able to look at stops and icebergs though. Okay. Okay, so starting to see a reaction, very much so. Yeah, some of the buyers starting to come in. Okay, now we're below them though, in a retest here. Okay, so let's see if we get some sort of bottoming pattern in here. Another thing with the ES or any of the futures products with DX feed, you will not be able to use the TraderMap Lite or TraderMap Pro. It's a MBO. You need the MBO data, and Rhythmic and Bookmap data we publish that data, but DXFeed does not. This is really a pain. Does anyone else have, do they have connection? No problem. The Bookmap data has been stellar. If I get disconnected, it's only for like a minute, if that, seconds, and then I'm back up. Okay, still trading lower. Let's jump over to our candlestick chart. Okay, so here we go, Alois. So we have another gap in here, big one. And the sell-off continues here. So we are approaching our next level in here that we were talking about. This is around 51 here, or 50, right at the figure here. We said somewhere around 58 to 50, I guess, or I know we said around 58, or 58 or 60, and then the swing though is a little bit lower here at the figure, okay, on the daily here, yeah, so it says around maybe 51, 52 here on the hourly. Okay, so it looks like that's where we're going to go, hit this area here, and then let's see if at that point we get a reaction here. These are some big, this is a big candles here on the hourly and momentum here. So it might take a little while for it to kind of turn around, but I would anticipate a reaction down here, and we can look for it. As the time of day is good as well. Okay, so we'll look for it here in the DX feed. Okay, so we're just kind of approaching it here. And I still do not have data here. All right. Okay, so we'll stop that. Add this one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Stephen, I wouldn't worry about it. Like really, it's been the Bookmap data has been excellent. I've heard of like some mild complaints like a month ago or so, but before that, like everyone really has given it good reviews. Yeah, we're not as impacted as Rhythmic is on a lot of fronts. Okay, so stacks. Let's see. You have a question here about there are so many buy icebergs and compared to sell. Okay, well, the buy icebergs. These are icebergs representing the amount of contracts. Yeah, no, it's the amount of contracts. That is correct. Is it possible to tell if they're opening or closing? It is not. Okay, so what Stacks is talking about is this, like this image here he posted. So a lot of buy icebergs in here. Look at this, 4280, in the hundreds in here, and stop runs, people getting stopped out on the way down. And look at that. Look at the sell icebergs up in here, kind of mild. Yeah, this is looking pretty good for again, that potential time of day and turnaround during this time, okay, as we approach our higher time frame level. Yeah, so we're looking now for these buyers in here, the aggressors in here. So a little pocket here, but it failed, right? Sellers came back in. We still see some buyers nibbling in here. So we're not there yet, but we're starting to see some interest. Okay, what we're looking for is the passive buyers on the bid with their liquidity getting filled. The passive starts first, for a reversal. And we're still in that phase here. You can see the aggressive sellers here still have more to sell. So they're hitting into liquidity. At a certain point, they're going to run out. And they're going to run out of bullets, basically. And we're going to see the passive liquidity in here, absorb all of the selling. Then we're looking to see when we get the aggressive buyers, okay, because they're the ones that will make the reversal happen. And they can move price. Okay, they'll take all the liquidity at one level and move it to the next. Okay, but right now we're still in a sell-off phase here. Okay, but we're watching it. Okay, we did not trade down to 56.50 here, right? And that was not our level actually. So, well, the figure, like it looks like it's going to trade the figure, but this is where we're looking for a reaction. This is a pretty good level on the higher time frame. It's not fantastic, but it's pretty good. Okay, so we're going to look for the reaction of buyers now. Okay, I would have loved to have seen it hit the 50 and then flush through. That would have been better. Okay, so now we're getting our buyers. We've broken this small downtrend here. And the buying is picking up. Okay, well, let's see if we get a pullback here. Okay, so I'm looking for a bit of a pullback now to maybe around 55 or so. Yeah, it looks like the buyers are stepping in. So we weren't aggressive at all on this. We kind of let this unfold. We were looking for it though. If we were aggressive, we'd probably be getting in someplace around in here. Yeah, we're not getting a pullback. This is one of the kind of negatives here of the waiting for a pullback in here and not going with the aggressors. Right, you miss those moves. All right, let's see if we get our pullback here. Here's some buying, here's some exhaustion, here's some selling. Let's see if the sellers can hit it just down into maybe, somewhere around in here, 59 or so. We got a low volume node in here, and we got our trend line here. Yeah, well, it's hard to tell. Trading is life. When we have such a strong downtrend like that, you can get these really strong moves by the buyers coming back in, just like this. Okay, we look at structural levels in here, though. Everyone, I mean, for the guys over here in Discord, we've been going over these things for a long time. But we'll just mark it up in here so that we're clear. There's a structural level here, as well as this is where the sellers came in and moved price away. Okay, so there's supply in here. It was aggressive supply that moved that market. Okay, but we want to note it because we know that they came in here. So are they going to defend it at that point? And you can see like this is, we kind of popped above it here, and now we're getting our pullback here. Right, so and we got our pullback down to here. And this is kind of the swing we were looking for. Now we might get it back down into where they came in here, maybe a little bit lower, and we need to see. Okay, so here's some heavy selling in here that moved the market lower. Now let's see if we get our buyers again. Okay, yeah, they're coming in. All right, so I'm just going to pop in here. And we'll just take some off here at the top of the range or just in front of it. and then let's see if we can get a runner out of that. Okay. And this is a counter trend trade, but it aligns with our time of day. So I'm looking for taking some off up here, and I'll just keep my take profit right here. Okay, now I've got some high liquidity in here. It's a little bit higher, maybe up at 70 here. Okay, boy, that is it is a nice move here. It turned into like a like a 50-point move. All right, so if that's the case, then maybe we want to raise our take profit and try to let this run. Maybe we want to raise it up to this swing up here, or look where there might be other supply that came in. Okay, maybe up in here where it dropped from. This might be a good area to consider. So let me mark that up. Okay, maybe up into here, okay, or up into here. Right now, these are areas I'm just looking at where the sellers came in. However, what I want to understand is there liquidity at these levels too? Okay, high liquidity, that's our target then. And that's when we look for the aggressive buyers in here to reach that target. Okay, and you can see our buyers is, we have a little little area in here where buyers, some exhaustion. Well, the buyers retest here. The buyers are coming back in. Okay, so they should be able to reach a little bit higher here, up to maybe 67 or our 70 level up here. Okay, we can kind of adjust our structure. Okay, aggressive sellers coming in now. So and we're starting to break this this trend line here. So if I don't see the aggressive buyers come back in now, then I will exit the position. Okay, I wasn't looking for a lot. I know it's counter trend. We could still get a nice move with the counter trend in here due to some of the factors of time of day and this huge sell-off, as well as our higher time frame level. Okay, so we've got those things going for us. Okay, but we got to get those buyers in here. Okay, if they can't, then we're going to just exit it. Yeah, we're just going to get out. Okay, this is not what we're looking for. Okay, still may go back up. Well, we can always get back in. Okay, but this is not what we wanted. Okay, we didn't get too many buyers here. We thought, well, we'll give it one more shot up here. Nope, couldn't do it. Sellers starting to come in. We're going to get out. Okay, if they resume again, we can jump back on the freight train here, Shark. I know, Shark. You're talking about your 1, 2, 3. Shark, your 1, 2, 3 would be this area here, though. All right. So you'd be looking for the backside of this area here. I mean, you wouldn't be taking this, but I mean, I think this would be your 1. This would be your 2, and now you're looking for this to work out. This is yeah, I mean, it doesn't really look like your pattern, but anyway, and whatever it is that we were looking at here, it is failing, and the sellers are coming in pretty hard right now. Okay, so Okay, so yeah, you're looking actually at the opposite in here. The one you're kind of 1, 2, 3 in here, and here it is right in here. Yeah. So we can try. We can see if we can get something more out of this here. See if we get maybe a pullback and then continuation here. And that would be down to this level here. No. Still might. There's some exhaustion. There's some selling here. So the seller's got to really pick it up here now. And maybe we get some follow through here to the downside. If we see some more sellers, we can even, add some more in here. Looks pretty good. Let's see it. I kind of missed the adding. Yeah, don't like this cluster here of buying. The selling looks good though here, right? But seeing the relative volume in here starting to pick up a little bit. Okay, if we can get the sellers below it though, pretty strong selling right below it here, it'll look pretty good. These guys will get squeezed. Okay, here we go. Let's go for it here. Okay, again, guys, this is not a trading room, and this is not a recommendation whatsoever. But we want to show how to like manage, look at order flow and then manage it as well. Okay, use order flow for our management and entries and exits. Okay, and then trying to develop an edge here. Now we are in sim. It does say real trading down here, but we are in sim. This is the sim demo account that I'm connected to in here. Okay, buyer's still fighting it here. Okay, so but our idea was that okay, we've kind of rolled over. We saw the sellers. I thought we'd get a little flag pattern in here, pullback, and then selling, and then continuation. And we can see we're still just kind of chopping around in this area here with no follow through. In fact, I'm not seeing many sellers in here yet at all. I thought this was enough here to get the momentum going. We got another retest, and let's see if we can get it now here on that sell side. And so what we're looking for is just a retest of the lows here and then into the figure here. Okay, it's looking good. Exhaustion, selling, again, selling at the bottom end in here, and should be able to move price lower now. Okay, if you're looking at wedges or cup and handles or whatever it is, this is it. And you can see we're still chopping around. Buyers still coming in, and maybe the pattern fails here. This is looking great right in here. This is good, and then we're still chopping. Okay, and now we're going to get squeezed and stopped out. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, this is not a good level in here. We're just going through the order flow though, and like I said, taking um, some positions to show some management on here. Okay, so retested all the way back up here to where the sellers came in and dropped it, and that's a squeeze. So again, if we see the selling right down here again, then I'd get in again. Yeah. let's give it a shot here. And then now looking for follow through here down to the figure. Still getting squeezed. Still finding buyers off this level here. That's surprising. This is usually like a, the kind of flush through, and then we see the follow through after that. Yeah, just really choppy back and forth in this very tight little range here, and we're stopped out. Okay. Let's take a look at this again. I still like it. Just need to see some selling though. I mean, the liquidity is down here. It's at the figure. Okay. We do have, like, if we kind of zoom out a little bit, we do have the this back and forth though. You can see how choppy it is with the buying and the selling in here. So this relative volume in here and the volume dots is giving us some insight. See if I get my data back here. No, I did not. All right, we'll have to continue on with DX feed. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's good. That's good relative selling in here. Okay, so now a little bit of a pullback, and let's see if we can pick it up again. And again, let's get it. There we go. Okay, so looking for the sellers to take us through now. There we go. And move my stop back up above the swing here. There's a pullback. And let's see the selling coming in again here. That's going to be a nice stop run there. We do not have stops and icebergs on DX feed though. Let's see if we can look at some other areas in here. Now, our higher time frame level though, like this is we're getting kind of chopped around that level here, and that makes sense. That we're experiencing that is kind of what we anticipated. But we're just looking for after this move up, after it kind of exhausted out, after it couldn't get back up in here, looking for the sellers to take it back down to this level here. and try it again. In fact, we should move our first take profit up to there. And I'm going to leave take my other one and move it down about 10 points from the figure here. I don't know about you guys. I haven't had any, don't have any studies on that, but typically, if we test into that figure and flush through it, boy, it can be somewhere around 6 to 10 points before it can reverse and come back up. And get back up above the figure. Now it depends. It depends on the day. It depends on the volatility. Sometimes it's like 2 to 3 points. That's actually very typical. 2 to 3 points, and then we see it get back up above that area, and then we see some pretty good good buying after that. Yeah, that's sometime in what I have seen is. Recently, it usually goes somewhere between 6 to 10 points through those areas before coming back. So it gets everyone kind of like stopped out, everyone kind of going short below the figure before the buyers come in and move it back up. We can look at hints in here that might help us out too. Maybe it's high liquidity on the offer at some other area coming in, starting to see larger players maybe setting their take profits in some of those areas, or kind of signaling that this is where they're willing to be a seller. Yeah. All right. We're going to exit this one as well. If we give it one more shot here, see if we exhaust out here. No, not worth it. Okay. So we got target one, and then kind of stopped out just a little bit above our break even. Anyway, very choppy at our higher time frame level. Okay. So let's jump back. Let's take a look at it on the hourly here. Okay, big candle down, and this is actually one of the reasons that I was still looking for the short side. Is this momentum here on this candle, like on the 15 as well. Like, yeah, we get this kind of choppy back and forth in here, but the momentum is strong. It is strong to the downside. So small pullback, and then another retest of the low here, that's very typical, and that's what I was looking for. Stop a little too tight on that. Also, look for a pullback. If I kind of look back at this, I'm looking for the order flow, strong selling, pullback, strong selling. But we're at a level, an important level. So maybe look for a bigger pullback into maybe these areas in here to consider. Okay. Well, I don't even know if I would have. Let's zoom in here a little bit. I wouldn't have gotten in there unless I had a limit sell in here. I like the exhaustion up in here. I don't see a lot of selling coming back in though. I would still be looking at the selling at the bottom of the range in here. I know it looks horrible. I'm looking for follow through though at the bottom here. Okay. We finally got some of it, and now we're getting more of it. Now it's following through. I turn my head and I know these markets are kind of like that right now. You kind of turn away for a second and you miss quite a bit. Let's see, over on YouTube, how we doing? I don't have any icebergs up here right now, Sing. So nothing to share with you. Yeah, I can show the absorption indicator, no problem. Sorry about that, guys. I was kind of focused here on the markets for a bit. And where's my absorption? Sweeps. Okay. I'm going to use the automatic mode in here. Okay. So what the absorption indicator is showing in here is where transactions take place very quickly at one price level. Okay, it did not breach that price level. Therefore, we're assuming it must be a large limit buy. Okay, so in fact, it nails it here, and kind of surprised to see it here. 344, it's even bigger. Esteban, does this help, or do you have any specific questions on this? You want to look at the at Bitcoin? Okay, I'd have to bring that up. Yeah, bookmap data for Bitcoin. It's interesting though, see like this area right in here, okay, we have the big transaction, we also have this liquidity here. This can be a level of interest, right? And it's right at the figure anyway. You know, that's a level of interest then. So we look for maybe a pullback to that level, or we can look to see if we get buyers get back up above that level for a potential squeeze and a move higher. How do you stretch or compress vertically the Dome Pro? The Dome Pro won't do that. Dome Pro, you can set it automatically though to recenter on a lot of different preferences. Settings. The felonious trader. What data provider is the best to subscribe to for the ES? I would suggest and recommend. Well, I can't really recommend, I guess, but like the Bookmap data. Like I said, we've had some great feedback on it. The Rhythmic is very comparable in quality to Rhythmic. Why I recommend the Bookmap data is compared to Rhythmic. You know, there's a lot of prop firms that are connected to the Rhythmic paper trading, and that's how they're facilitating the prop firms is via the paper trading accounts. So it's kind of a plug and play for them. And for that reason, it's had quite a drag or a load on their servers. So I've heard of a lot of like ghost orders and a lot of delays and a lot of problems due to that. That would be my only reason. Okay. In terms of offering MBO data and everything else, in terms of the quality, the Bookmap data is excellent. Okay, on par. Yeah, low volume nodes for entries. Absolutely. In fact, you know, we can go over like a very simple strategy, like right here into a low volume node. And here, I'll just take a position on it. Now, again, just to kind of demo it, that, okay, we did get back up above this level. We did get a pullback here. It is a low volume node here. Therefore, can we reject out of here and get buyers to come back up here? Okay, that's what I'd be looking for. The low volume pullback here, so we don't see many sellers here. We see more buyers, right? So that's what we're going with. Now, it's volatile here. We're at this kind of price level, but on this time frame, this small time frame, this is what I see. And I'm using that low volume node in here where there was price rejection to see if we can get our buyers to come back in and trade back up to here where they were taking price higher. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, it's not really working out right now. It's very kind of choppy in here. It should reject immediately. In fact, because of that, let's just flatten it. I want it to work immediately. It should. Okay, like this kind of pullback here, and then we started to see some of this momentum, and it totally petered out. Okay, now we're starting to get some come back in. Okay, but it had to go back and forth like this, and no, it's not worth it at that point. Okay? In fact, you can look at it the other way here. Sellers coming in, your low volume node up in here. Now can sellers come back in and then take it back down here? No, because it was choppy in here. Right? We want to see it reject very, very quickly. It's a great strategy, Espen. And you can see it on so many time frames, multiple time frames. You can just zoom in and see it, It is choppy. So we went from that really big downtrend into kind of a choppy area. Makes sense though. Time of day. Wow, look at that. Time of day and the level that we're at as well. Okay, so now we got some aggressive buyers. Okay, that's going to be a big stop run. Okay, I'm going to try to jump in on this. These can be really powerful moves. Let's see if we can get it to work here for us. In fact, maybe we can even get back in. Let's see if we can get another one here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I kind of missed that. It's too quick. But looking for this top of the range in here, maybe that's a little too lofty. Maybe a little bit lower here. Okay. Now, we're looking for those buyers at this price level, right? So we found them. Now we're looking for follow through. And let's see if we get it. Price has moved away. Now we're looking for our buyers. It's going to be a beautiful stop run, that's for sure. And it just went back to the figure. Oh, no, I'm sorry, back to 60, 58, 60 here. Yeah, there's some liquidity in the book there. Okay, supporting it at 52. Okay, more coming in the book at 50, 50, 52. This was kind of the move we were looking for in a lot of places earlier, and for that turnaround here. Okay. The question on this kind of move in here, was it just a kind of a cleaning out and then resumption of the trend to the downside, or is this, some real buyers shifting the market away from the lows here? Is there something I'm looking for specifically in the beginning of the stop run? Yeah, trap traders, buyers, where they might be. We kind of covered that, I think, in here, where we said, like, if we can get back up above that, the figure here, like after getting, and accepting lower, a lot of people getting kind of saying, well, okay, it's going lower, it's below 50, I'm going short, and then we see buyers come in and yank it away like this, right? And then we can get these really, really powerful moves to the upside. Okay, but this would be the first one here. I like, again, I don't have the stops and icebergs. I still don't have data here. Okay, maybe if I add another chart in here, it might. See if I do that. Yeah, I can get it. Ah, okay. And nothing here on the ES. All right. So we got to go back to the DX feed. Okay, so yeah, to answer that question again, regarding the before the stop run, I'm looking for where we can kind of yank away and where people would be trapped. The same is true on the buy side in here. I mean, this doesn't look like it to me, but just again, if we can get down below 48 or 49 here, then anyone that's accumulating in here on the buy side is going to get squeezed and stopped out. And I like this in here. We're below this. There's liquidity here. We're hitting our trend line, and we should see some buyers off of that area here. All right, we'll give it a shot, and we'll just look for maybe reducing some risk up here. Okay, bigger picture, if we just kind of zoom out a little bit, I mean, I don't have a lot of data in here, but we're looking for that potential turnaround at this key level, right? Not the greatest level, but not bad, as the swings here on the hourly here. Always looking for a reaction around this area. And where might we go? We're just starting to see that kind of turnaround potentially here, from sell side to flattening out to buy side, and it's really this move in here that kind of upended things, okay, in the bigger picture. Boy, not seeing many buyers now though. Yeah, a lot of comments about VWAP. We have an anchored VWAP in here. We can put this on the chart. I've got regular VWAP as well as anchored VWAP. We can put some bands on it as well. 1, 2 deviations. And let's put an anchored VWAP in here as well at the swing up here. So, anchored VWAP or VWAP, it would be, return back in somewhere around this 80 level up here. Yeah, that's pretty big move. But anchored VWAP, the red here, and let's put some lines on that one as well, just for kicks. So you can see they're a little bit separated here, about 5 points separated, the anchored VWAP and VWAP. Do I think the market pulse tool is good to use? Yeah, absolutely. I like it. I just don't want to put a whole lot of things here on the chart. So that's kind of my, I already have too many things, I think. Okay, like for our VWAP here, we can maybe turn it off. I mean, we just have a reference point in here. And we're pretty overextended here on this VWAP. So we have some things to look at here to justify, our position here. Now we're looking for the order flow, and we do have it here, that these aggressors came in and moved it away, and we haven't gotten down below it yet. So we traded up into the swings in here, powerful move, and now we're looking for some follow through. And we're at these kind of lower standard deviations on both VWAPs. So we'd be looking for more of a kind of mean reversion at this point. The question is, do the buyers want to mean revert or not? Is there interest in buying here? And we're starting to see that there isn't any. We might get one more bounce off of here, but let's just hold this one and wait. To me, this looks like it's going to go lower. Okay, I'm willing to hang in there for just a little bit here, though, and see if we can, if it's just a retest here and can get back up above with some buying. Yeah, this is exhaustion, sellers, lower high, and then sellers again. To me, it looks like it wants to go lower. it's a little hard to understand what I'm saying. Okay, well, I'm trying to, Espen, I'm trying to keep it real simple here, so that we can all, understand and be on the same page. Malek, yeah, I agree. I mean, the mean reversion trade is kind of tricky at this point. I mean, just with the volatility and the selling and buying pressure, like in the geopolitical stuff and tweets and this and that kind of come out, like, that upends everything technically. Then we just see kind of a lot of times what we'll see is just big moves to the so it looks like, yeah, the sellers are going to come in. We just get technically like big moves down to high liquidity, a bounce, and then a move to the other side of high liquidity. Yeah, I don't like my stop here whatsoever. In fact, I should probably move it. No, we got hit anyway. This is where those buyers came in, right? So I would look for a reaction off of that area in here. Right, so we're going to get these buyers again or not? Starting to. Yep, starting to. Got to see more than that, though. This is just a pullback at the moment. Got to get back up above it. I'm gonna shoot for it here, and give it a shot. Like, we tested back down to the low, and this is where those buyers came back in. This is a really, really horrible place. I should have either moved my stop up to here, or down below, and given it some, either get stopped out immediately and then get back in, or have it give it some breathing room in here. Okay, but yeah, this is a pretty typical. A lot of times we see this kind of big move like this, kind of stops out, and then there's very kind of quiet accumulation in here, and then it really starts to pick up, and then we can get this mean reversion trade. In fact, I don't see much liquidity up here, but we're just going to kind of put it up here, maybe around 75. Okay, so now let's see it here. Okay, so we're back up above here. We've got the potential for the big stop and the squeeze on multiple levels, multiple time frames here. Okay, so let's see if we can get it here. And we're positioned for it. Also the 70 level looks pretty good in here. There's a kind of a low volume node in here. So we can see that this has been trending down, and then the bulk of the volume has been trading in this little zone between 70 and 45 or so. Yeah, let's see if we can get back above 60 and hold. That's kind of a good area here. This is where that swing is up here, but then this recent big move away here. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking for another shift now and a move away from here. at 58 or so. Okay, so we're up here at that level. Now we just need to see the see if we can get the shift away, and let's prepare for it too. If we are looking for that shift away, then maybe we can come up to a low volume node here, or the first deviation here from the VWAP here. Okay, maybe no, keep this one in front of that high liquidity at 75 here. All right, guys, we're running out of time though. We'll see what happens here. Trying to look for the squeeze back up above it. We are at a level. We do see the buyers come in, and we're looking for a mean reversion and shift away from the lows in here. Okay, and we're positioned for it. Yeah, well, an hour and a half. It's been a while. I know it's been away, Stephen. So anyway, we're back into it. Yep, Caveman, you're welcome. And others in here, you're looking for this continuation, or it looks like Linus. Iceberg settings. I can show you my iceberg settings. Like I said, I don't have any data on them at the moment, but here I can definitely show you what I have. Okay. I mean, I play around with them. A lot of times I do use the automated individual threshold here. I like it, and it will tell me, like, based off a standard deviation and time frame, how many it will vary how many it will display. Okay, so a lot of times I'll just use that. Okay, I'm fine with that. One deviation, 60 minutes, whatever. Play around with it if you find something that you don't want to look at and be distracted by too many. Basically, is the way I feel about it. They aggregate when you zoom out, so that's really helpful. But you also want to be able to zoom in and kind of see some of the details here too. Like, here's a 200, and there was a bunch that someone posted earlier, like a 4,000. Here's a I'm sorry, maybe it was a 1,600 or so, something like that, 1,300. So a lot getting filled on the way down, right? Let's see here. Okay, well, we're set up for the squeeze here. If we can get those buyers to come in, and now we're looking for that quick shift here, right? Above, and then I like the swing here, and we're positioned for it. Okay, we have a low volume node. This little area is going to be your low volume node, and we're right in front of it, and we're looking for a quick move here. Should be quick. Okay, punch through this area here. Anyway, guys, we got to go. Thanks for coming. Have a great weekend, and we will catch up with you on Monday. All right? Yep, take care. Be careful out there. Bye-bye.